Hi, Cancer. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for October 2024. Please be sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in October and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you may want to check that out. This recording is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. I'm using the Tarot Mucha Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Cancer, now on to your October 2024 Psychic Tarot reading. And the first card you have, Cancer, is the Fool. And this is starting off on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to have your head out of the clouds and have your wits about you, or you could fall off the cliff. So it's a good card because you're starting a new journey, but you have to have strong awareness of what's going on and what you're doing. You may stumble across a new way of making money, some kind of new, it could be a new job, or it could be, a new career, or an aspect of your career you're already in that is new to you. Your intuition is going to be really strong because I get gut instincts, gut intuition, and you may have like a strong pulling sense in your solar plexus that could be very compelling to you, where you're noticing it a lot. It could almost feel like anxiety, but I don't feel it's anxiety. I feel it's actually your intuition is signaling you and wants you to pay attention. And then pay attention to what pops up at the times you have those that feeling. It could feel like a pulling feeling. It could feel like a swirling, I don't want to say stomach ache, but it's going to feel different for all of you, but it's actually your intuition. Anything you do in the public, any public appearances, whether it's on a video or if you have to make any speeches or teach any classes, you're going to really come off as attractive, or even more attractive than usual. It could be your appearance, but it could even be what you're saying or doing, or a combination of the two. And if there's any choosing that has to go on, where you would get selected for something, it's going to be like everybody's going to want you on their team or on their project. Or so you could find that your popularity is on the rise. This could be at work. Maybe, if you guys have to divide up into teams at work, or, the bosses want to pick you for, have to select people to do a particular job, a particular thing. You may be everybody's first pick. An old romance could come back to haunt you in some way, where you hear about something from somebody you were connected to in the past. Now, when I say haunt you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make you feel bad. It just could bring up, it could be you're going to hear some news. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they contact you. For some of you, it could be. But I feel that this is more news and messages through the grapevine that you find out. And it's gonna maybe something happens to them, and then it's gonna make you think about the past. Now look what card you have next. Maybe it is gonna make you feel bad. You got the Three of Swords next, which is heartbreak, sadness, loss. Sometimes it's divorce or someone cheating, but it could be some kind of disappointment. Another sign got this. It may have been Aries, I'm not sure, but another sign got Three of Swords also. You could be doing something that, like presenting something, and you get rejected. It could be an application to get into a training program or a school. You could be getting rejected, like if there's somebody you're romantically interested in, or you're already dating someone or in a relationship, it could be a rejection from a relationship partner that doesn't want to be with you anymore. But for some of you, it could be like if you're interested in somebody and you want to date them or get together with them and they reject you. But for some of you, this rejection could really be like a job rejection. Like maybe you go on a job interview and they say, no, we're not hiring you. We're not interested. Or you apply to a training program or a college. Because the key word here that my guides are like really honing in on with you for this card in October is some type of rejection. You could also stumble upon something or find out something that makes you feel sad or makes you feel bad. Again, I go back to the last message I got on the Fool card. Some of you may hear about something that happens to somebody from your past. And, like maybe they're sick, or maybe they pass away, or, who knows? But I feel like your two cards could be connected there. That message with this card. The message at the end of the Fool card could be strongly connected to this Three of Swords. This could give you a feeling of wanting to have escapism. And so you have to be careful, because what do you tend to turn to with escapism? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it food? Is it spending money? People all react to things like that differently. So you may be trying to pacify yourself or calm yourself or alleviate some kind of pain if you feel rejected, or if you got bad news about somebody from your past. So be careful of that, because you may have the tendency to do that in October. Now, it's a general reading. Some of you may say that already happened. You may let me know that, in the comments. Hey, that happened to me 6 months ago or a year ago. So for some of you, this may not be happening right now, because I hear that a lot. Oh, that happened to me a year ago. Or it could happen to you a year from now, or in some other month, but it is coming up here in your October reading. So the next card you have in your reading, Cancer, is Strength. And this is having to access inner courage and inner strength, having strength and courage over adversity, spiritual power over the material world, taming the savage beast in a person or situation or in yourself. You could even be dealing with a Leo. I feel like there's things you forgot to do, things you forgot to take care of, that now you're going to have to face and do and deal with. To me, it feels like something you needed to file, with the IRS or the government, or some important paperwork, or it could be also bills you forgot to pay. It could be a variety of things, but or work you were supposed to submit. and you didn't submit it yet or on time. So you need to attend to those things that you forgot in the month of October. You may feel like people are kind of pushing you around, and you may not like it, and it may cause you to want to like go into your shell. I feel like November, you're going to feel like the burdens are more easing up for you, and you'll feel like the energy is a lot better. I'm not going to lie to you, Cancer. I feel like October may feel to you like a challenging or trying month. But remember, it's a general reading. So don't get upset when these cards come up, because maybe your rising sign is going to talk to you more this month, or your cusp sign, or your moon sign. If you're a Cancer sun, maybe this reading isn't really applying to you. I can't judge that because it is different for everyone. I get that there's a facts sheet that you have to look over. So it's hard when I hear Spirit talk sometimes to discern, are they saying facts like F-A-C-T-S or a fax, F-A-X? But I'm getting a facts sheet that you are going to need to look over. That's something important. You may receive some kind of notification that something fell through, which came up in this card also. So it could be like maybe you, which could also apply to this card, what I'm going to say right here, even though I'm in Strength card. If you put a bid on a house and the deal maybe, or you had some other deal in the works, you may find that somebody else outbid you and you don't get the property, or the deal fell through. That's the energy here. Like something is not working out. Something is falling through. You know, intellectually, you're going to understand that you have to keep on trucking. You got to keep on chugging through. But it's going to, you know, sadness and disappointment may make you retreat into your shell, but you're going to need to push through whatever disappointments come up for you. If you would like to get any of this special video series I record for Vimeo, my three most recently recorded series is my solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. You're getting affected by this eclipse. This is probably what's coming up for you, why this reading is a little rocky. Because remember, eclipses bring endings, beginnings, change, and sometimes blessings and karmic lessons. So, and change is number one. I feel like with eclipses, there's always some kind of change in something, whether it's positive or negative. But you can also get my eclipse effects from the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, which occurred on September 17th, 2024, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings. Many people say they're like private readings. So you may want to check those out and get whatever sign resonates with you on YouTube and Rumble. If you find even maybe your moon sign really talks to you more, get whatever sign resonates with you, but my recommendation is to get your sun sign and your rising sign in those videos. The eclipse effects are going to last strongly the month of the eclipse, sometimes a month prior to the eclipse, and 3 months, 6 months, and even up to a year in some cases after the eclipse. So you may really want to see, because these eclipses really affect things strongly. So you may want to check those out. Also, don't forget my psychic crystal readings for October 2024 for each sign of the zodiac, which is a continuation or an expansion of the readings I do here in the tarot readings at the beginning of the month. So I hope you'll check them out. Thank you so much for all of your purchases, because Your purchasing Vimeo videos and your donations to this channel is what helps keep me bringing the free readings here to you on YouTube. So it does help me a lot to keep going with the channel. So thank you so much for all of that. Now on to card number 4, sorry. You have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups could be you. This is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. It could also be a child to you or an adult that's immature or young at heart. And pages can also be bringing in a message. And the Page of Cups would be bringing in a message that would be connected to love, emotions, or even psychic messages. I feel like you're starting to understand yourself better, and also like understanding better the way the universe works. This is going to be a great month for you to look under rocks and finding things. And that's what my guides say. That's their words. Doesn't literally mean rocks. For some of you, it could be. You could be somebody that's doing the, like, what do they call it? Mining, or rock hunting. So it could be that. It could even be in your own yard. You pick up a rock and there, oh, lo and behold, there's something under it. But I feel like they mean anything you, like if you're looking for items that are lost, or you're moving things around, you're going to find some like maybe unexpected, surprising, and unusual things. At some point, maybe more towards the end of the month, you are going to want to stake your claim to things and get your power back, because the beginning of your reading is going to make you feel maybe like weaker, sad, like knocking your energy down a little bit. But I feel like you rally here, where you do seek to try to regain a sense of power back. However that would play out for you, whatever scenario is going on that's making you feel bad or uncertain or unhappy at the beginning of the month. Later on in the month, I feel like you're more ready to step out of those feelings and, feel more like your old confident self. Some of you could attend a gathering in October where I feel like you're going to meet somebody new. I don't know if it's romance. It could be a potential romantic partner, but it could be somebody that gives you good networking opportunities, or it could become a friend, or maybe even a prospect, like, for a new job or something on that line. I feel like it's a family gathering. It could be a wedding or somebody's birthday, but I feel like it would be a pretty big gathering, or at the very least, there's going to be some people there you don't know. This could be a month where anything that you feel has a stranglehold on you, you're going to break free from. Especially any clubs, groups, or organizations you belong to that you feel has become stifling, controlling, or has had some kind of hold on you or kept you stuck. I feel like you're going to be done with it and break free from it in October or maybe November. So the last card in your reading, you have the 5 of Pentacles, which could be feeling emotionally depressed or sad. It could also be financial bankruptcy, emotionally feeling bankrupt. Money could be available if it's a money issue and you're just not recognizing it or noticing it. I hear the collective consciousness of Cancer going, ugh, there's too much drama in the world. So you may be feeling overwhelmed by, You know, it depends on where you live. If you live in the United States, we have an election coming up in, the presidential election in November. So you could feel like there's too much drama, too much, you're sick of hearing the, rhetoric, but that could be in any country. Like, it doesn't just have to apply to the US. You could feel that way about what's going on in your country, in your area, and even in the world at large. You could feel like, there's just too much. Because this feels more like on a bigger scale, a grander scale, a larger scale than your personal situation. Some of you may be focusing on your own self about debt, and you may get out of debt in October. You could feel like, oh my gosh, I'm finally paying this off or paying that off, or I'm getting out of debt. Some of you could feel that way. Some of you Cancers could be focusing on the debt you currently have and feel like, ugh, I want to get out of this debt. So it'll be different for all of you. Some of you are getting out of debt. Some of you are feeling like, I can't wait to get out of the debt. And others of you are feeling like there's too much drama, rhetoric, and stuff going on out in the world at large that you're like tired of and you don't want to keep hearing it or deal with it. You may really be thinking about and focusing on that you want to make yourself whole again. So if you feel like you've been divided, scattered, shattered, or had health issues, you may feel like it's time for you to get focused on better health, or you're getting something about your life that you feel like needs to be more cohesive, healed, back together again. So for some of you, it could be about your physical body, or it could be your life in general. Maybe you feel like your life in general has gotten too fractured or scattered, and you need to, or your mind and your emotions could be feeling that way. And you may feel like you need to put things back together again for your life. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Cancers to work with, use, and wear in the month of October 2024, you got malachite. And malachite clears and activates the chakras and attunes to spiritual guidance. Malachite opens the heart to unconditional love and encourages risk-taking and change. It also breaks unwanted ties and old patterns. Interesting, that came up in your last card. Teaches responsibility for your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Malachite also helps heal your heart chakra. This stone could help you put together a plan that could actually rival other people's plans, or other plans that you even came up with in the past. It's like, so it's good to have on you or wear it when you have to do any like detail-oriented work, or coming up with like new projects, new plans, or putting things together. It's going to help you ease out of old things and old patterns and burdens and things that you used to do, and evolve and go in a new direction. So it could have to do with exercise, eating, health. Like this could really help you. Or if you just had, any kind of patterns of anything that you're like, I'm tired of this, I don't want to keep doing that. Maybe your life is in a rut and it's always the same thing, and you get up and you drink your coffee and you get ready for work and you get in your car and you drive to work and you come home and It's like the same thing over and over again. If you're carrying and wearing malachite in the month of October, it could really help you shift and change and get out of those kinds of old routines and patterns. which, as I'm going to say again, because I said it earlier, you're being affected by this eclipse, and the one in September and this one here at the beginning of the month of October. So that is going to be a disruptor. Those, eclipses are disruptors and bring change. So that could be why. So don't get too frustrated or worked up about this reading. Again, make sure you watch your rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign. And if you don't know all of them, just watch the ones you do know your elements for, because some people don't know their birth time. But if you go to a birth chart calculator and you put in, I think they have you put in 12 noon if you don't know your birth time, you could probably at least find what your moon sign is. The rising sign, I think, changes every 2 minutes. So just a little word of advice. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it, share it with others if you feel it was worth sharing, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell and click all to get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, my most recently recorded video series are always posted down below in the description box in the Show More section under the video, and they're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. My most recently recorded video series, as I said earlier in the video, in case you missed it, is my solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. You're being affected by these eclipses we had last month and this month, and they bring new beginnings, change, endings, karma, and blessings. So you really may want to check those out. People feel like they're like private readings to them, and you may also want to get your rising sign and your sun sign in that video series. Also, my eclipse effects from the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 17th, 2024, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings are available on Vimeo as well. These eclipse effects on both of these eclipses last up to 6 months or even up to a year in some cases, and you're probably getting affected by them 1 month prior to the eclipses. So you may want to see what's coming up, because this world's changing, and these eclipses could give you some insight that might be helpful to you. As well as with all these changes, you may want to get my angels, ancestors, and ascended masters psychic oracle card readings for these changing times for each sign of the zodiac. They're kind of different messages. I use 4 different types of angel and ancestor and oracle cards in the reading, 4 different decks. So you may want to see what I got for you there. The last time I did that video series was 2021. Also, don't forget my psychic crystal readings for the month of October 2024, where I look into the crystal to bring you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do here on YouTube and Rumble. If you haven't checked out my Rumble channel yet, it's called the Lucky Mermaid LLC. There's many other video series linked down below. I'm not going to get into each one of them there, but I have ones covering love and finance, so you may want to see what's happening, because if you like my videos here on YouTube, you're probably going to like my Vimeo videos. I do the same work with my guides that I do here, that I do also over there on Vimeo. So if you'd like to also see more predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on a video format, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram, and at the Lucky Mermaid on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can follow me there, where I post written predictions, 5 paragraphs long, and I use oracle cards and tarot cards to get those messages. And maybe the whole reading may resonate with you, or only parts of those 5 paragraphs will resonate, but you may want to check them out. Lots of people like my written predictions, and you can always go back on my social media pages and read ones from the past, just like the videos. Don't forget, if you purchased videos on Vimeo before, you should go back and watch ones you've purchased in the past, because every now and then I have somebody that tells me they watched one from a year ago or 2 years ago, and they say that stuff is happening to them now. Same goes for the YouTube videos. You may, if you're cooking or driving in your car, you may want to go back and listen to a reading from a year ago and see if those messages aren't applying to you now. It does happen quite a bit. So, also, if you would like to donate to this channel and help support the work I do here, there is a donation link down below connected to PayPal, and I do greatly appreciate your donations. Some of you don't want to buy the Vimeo videos, you don't want to deal with any of that, but your donations are greatly appreciated, because it does help this channel grow and keep it alive and keep going. So it does help me to make these readings possible, to keep bringing them to you here on YouTube. Otherwise, I could not do them and just do private readings all the time. And Reiki. I do Reiki. I do private readings. If you're interested in finding out about how to get on my cancellations list, my wait list is closed. I closed it in 2018, and I'm nowhere near through it. And my cancellations list, there's over 2,000 people waiting. So you can go and see how to get on that cancellations list, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a very long wait. I only have a few days each month I can devote to doing private readings, so the list moves very slowly. But I hope you have an absolutely outstanding month of October, to all the signs of the zodiac out there. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.